Something starts rumbling. Can y'all feel it? Something starts rumbling down in my spirit, in my soul. It's almost like something is leaping up inside of me. Just every time I say it, let's say it again. I will fear no evil. This is personal now. You can't say the choir will fear no evil. No. You can't say Lenexa Christian Center will fear no evil, because you can't speak for other people. This is a personal conviction that you have in your spirit. You have got to face life every day and say, I will fear no evil. I refuse to worry myself to death. Wonder if I'm going to get the same disease my grandparents got. Wonder if I'm going to die at the same age my mother did. Wonder if I'm going to get what my father got. Wonder what people think about me. Wonder if I'm going to be able to keep my job. Wonder if I'm going to be able to pay off the house. Wonder if I'm going to be able to pay the car. Wonder. Wonder do they really like me? Wonder who I can really trust. Wonder. Oh, you spend all of your life going crazy. And every time the devil hands you some of that garbage, you remember what I preached tonight, and you look him in the face and say, I will fear no evil. Remember this if you have to write it on your computer. Remember it if you have to write it in your automobile. If you have to write it on your refrigerator, put it where you can see it. Every time the devil tries to intimidate you, look him right in the face and say, I will fear no evil. Come hell or high water, come sickness, come plagues, come disease, with a job, with no job, with a husband, no husband, with a wife, no wife, if all the kids live, I will fear no evil. If you're watching in the hospital room, pull yourself up, hit the button, and sit up in the bed. Tell the devil, I will fear no evil. What's going to keep me, Bishop, from fearing evil? You're with me. You're with me in the shadows. You're with me when the lion roars. You're with me in the hospital. You're with me in life. You're with me in death. Either way it goes, thou art with me. Thou art with me. Look at somebody and tell them, God is with me. Don't you tell all your enemies. Warn all of your enemies. Don't mess with me. I know I don't have no teeth, but don't let this gum fool you, because God is with me. I know I do dumb stuff, but don't mess with me, because God is with me. I know I get my head in stuff that's too big for me, but don't you try to drag me under, because God is with me. If you're going to fight me, you got to fight God, because God is with me. And if God be for you, who can be against me? Look at your neighbor and say, you can't win. If you fight me, you gotta fight God. There is no way you can win. There is no way you can win. There is no way you can win. You see, the wonderful thing about me getting to be the sheep is that when I get to be the sheep, he gets to be the shepherd. And when David starts talking about the shepherd, he says, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Now let me bust your bubble a little bit, because you all think in our society that a shepherd is passive, but it is not so. A shepherd can fight. The reason he has his rod and his staff is so that when the wolf comes against you, it is the shepherd that fights for you. Have I preached too long? Because if I had a few minutes, I would tell you how good the shepherd can fight. He can fight so good that I don't even worry when the enemy comes in like a flood. I don't have to worry, because the Spirit of the Lord lifts up a standard against him. He can fight so good that I've stopped arguing with my enemies. He can fight so good that I stopped defending myself. God can fight so good that I don't even open up my mouth because God has a way of fighting for me. And when I used to try to fight, he said, be still and know that I am God. And I start moving. He says, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. I put up my fist to fight and say, the battle is not yours. It belongs to God. He can fight. Touch somebody and say, God can fight. He can fight. He can fight cancer. He can fight diabetes. He can fight hypertension. God can fight. He can fight racism. He can fight injustice. God can fight. Look at somebody and say, he can fight. He can fight. He can fight. And so when you see the church begin to assemble and when you see her begin to pray, you need to understand that prayer is the fighting position of the saints. When I start praying, you better get out of my way. Because when I'm praying, I'm calling on the shepherd. And whenever the shepherd comes, ain't no way you can whip me. If I was out there by myself, you could wear me out. But if I can call the shepherd, somebody holler, come here, Jesus. If you call Jesus, he will answer you. The Bible says, oh, I feel like preaching now. The Bible says, whosoever calleth on the name of the Lord